vote count, man.
It's so funny. It's almost like comical when I think about it. When you see these people on TV, and then I was like, yeah, Barack Obama, like he's a rock star. Yeah, he draws thousands of people, and like, yes, we hear about this movement. It's really great, but like, we don't really see like what else is there? Like, there is an army of the most committed, loyal, professional people who think of every detail.
I'm calling to see if you plan on voting for Senator Obama.
Yeah, try to get up there and get that vote in. Your vote count, man. We love him!
I'm here just because I'm so excited to be part of this new huge movement. There hasn't been an election in a long time where everyone's just so pumped up about it. I love you, Obama!
I feel like I'm going to a rock concert. A lot has been said about Senator Barack Obama's rock star appeal, his ability to draw huge crowds and deliver inspiring speeches.
Ordinary people can do extraordinary things when they're given a chance. They can do extraordinary things.
But for all the rallies, for all the fanfare and glare of the media campaign, there is a much more important game going on behind the scenes. It's called the ground game.
Let's give a couple hours this weekend, guys. Let's take
It's not always sexy, but it's often what wins elections.
Hey, y'all want to go canvas?
More than any other candidate, Obama's ground game is defined by youth.
Young people are involved in this campaign at an unprecedented level. At a grassroots, really at the blocking and tackling, the mechanical level of political organizing, he has done this. He has welcomed young people into the campaign, and he has empowered them.
Do you plan on voting in the Democratic primary?
To understand Obama's ground game, we travel to one of the last great battleground states in the Democratic primaries.
Well, tell everybody you know about the Texas Two-Step. Make sure they come
This
back.
is an inside look at the Obama machine and its legion of young volunteers, field organizers, and campaign staff.
I'm Joe DeBlasio. I'm originally from California and been on the road with Barack now for about 8 months or so. From Iowa, where I spent the majority of time, then Arizona, and now here in Texas. The thing about this job, there's never a dull moment.
Joe is a field organizer for the Obama campaign.
It's just service all the time, and it's just great.
After graduating from Dartmouth in 2006, Joe spent a year in New York doing the corporate thing before deciding he would try and join the Obama campaign.
In 1 week, it was crazy. So many life changes happened. I quit my job. I decided I was going to move out of my apartment. I packed my entire apartment in New York in 2 hours, put it all in my car, and literally drove right to Iowa. I went there with thinking that I was going to volunteer for free for 30 or 40 days, maybe even 60 days, and basically prove myself to get hired.
But Joe got lucky. He was hired after only a couple of days for a very special job.
I was the luggage guy. I was the porter. I drove Barack Obama's luggage.
But he was quickly made a field organizer in Iowa. And 2 weeks into his assignment here in Texas, he was warming up a crowd of thousands at an Obama event in Fort Worth.
You're talking to 10,000 people here?
Yeah, this is right before Barack came on.
But Joe isn't in Texas to work crowds. He's here to work the streets and rally up support for Obama.
This is actually a really good location. I mean, this is like the historic South Side. This is a predominantly black area. The fact that we put an Obama office right here, the community has just been so happy.
This area is a real hooded called Let's Get Southside area. DFW means we down for whatever. You might come out, you might come in, your car may be gone, but I have to give my hats off to Joe Boswell. It made it happen for Barack Obama.
Tracy Franklin is a college student and one of Joe's key partners in the community.
The whole family's for Barack Obama.
This is the good stuff right here. Home cooked goodness. Texas style.
Yeah.
Tracy and Miss Franklin, they've showed me. What happens is we come land on the ground knowing nobody. Yeah. We literally drop in with a parachute and a ballpoint pen on the ground, not knowing a soul here. And then the next thing I know, Tracy's taking me to 10 churches around the area, introducing me to the whole community. And now I probably know hundreds of people who live in this neighborhood. Amazing.
How important do you think it is to have a local person?
I think it's essential. I think every state that I've been in, I wouldn't have survived without it. And I think, frankly, it's what makes this campaign and Barack Obama's movement so unique, is that we don't just make phone calls, we don't just knock on doors, we become a part of the community.
I'll help him in Pueblo,
We really appreciate
Colorado,
it.
okay?
Working with the local community, Joe organizes Obama supporters to get out the vote. The campaign has been extremely effective in leveraging technology in their outreach efforts, but they still very much go after potential voters the old-fashioned way.
What about making some phone calls? That's what we need more than anything. Knocking on some doors?
You already voted? That's all we wanted to know. Are you going to go to the caucus this Tuesday? There's 132.
Paul Medeiros is one of the local Obama supporters that Joe relies on to go door to door.
You haven't voted yet? Oh, you need to vote.
He's only 17, but he'll be turning 18 in time to vote in the general election in November.
Paul, I'm with the Obama campaign, and we're just coming out making sure everybody voted early, seeing if they did vote early, because your vote count, it really does. My first turf was like 600 doors. It was in Forest Hill area. I've been to a lot of houses. A lot of more teenagers do get involved with it. Like at school last week, that's all we really talked about in class was politics and voting. That was the first time ever. Now that I, work the campaign, I go to school and a lot of people ask me, can you give me a t-shirt and this? And I'm like, why do you guys want an Obama t-shirt? And they're like, cause he's cool. And I'm like, you guys are really freaking me out. But with Obama, he inspires me a lot. I probably have use him for my next idol this coming year. So it's 9:33.
Paul will go out and knock 100 doors and come back and we'll give him another 100 doors. The young people, they're passionate about it.
I was really thrilled to do this because, it just, I don't know, it changed me.
This whole campaign has been about that. Do we have the organization in place to catch this huge wave of enthusiasm?
And while Joe was working to catch that enthusiasm in Fort Worth, about 200 miles to the south, one of the largest grassroots efforts in the country was entering crunch time.
Ready to go!
This is the Obama campaign office at the University of Texas in Austin.
We got so many volunteers we can't even keep track. How many phone calls and door knocks did we do this? I can't even keep track anymore. 300,000. It's just stupid. I mean, it's pretty... I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I'm inspired by Barack, but I'm almost more inspired by the grassroots phenomenon that's building.
This grassroots phenomenon means a greater ability to reach out to potential voters in a more personal way. It can be highly effective, especially when trying to capture the elusive youth vote.
Direct, face-to-face, peer-to-peer voter contact is vastly superior to any television or radio advertisement or direct mail campaign. So when these young people are making phone calls, they're not just calling random households, they're calling other young people. And when they are out block walking, they're block walking on college campuses. And I absolutely think that is why Senator Obama has had the success he's had up to this point in the campaign.
In the final hours before primary day, volunteers, mostly students, were making their last push to ensure that that success would continue through the Lone Star State.
Put up the posters on all the kiosks, all the stuff around the website.
Young people are like Barack Obama's army. Like, we're holding up the flag here, like saying we believe in change, like we believe that something can make a difference, and this is a cause we want to throw ourselves behind. So, do I think that the young people are going to turn out? I think they've already turned out.
Y'all here for the Democratic caucus? Okay, I'm the precinct chair.
This is history right here. Never seen as many people here.
The best part is we're just getting started here.
That's a wrap here.